Hello and welcome to Liechtenstein Legends, the ultimate Build-A-Nation challenge. FM series can be a bit accessible with a large backlog of videos to watch just for the sake of getting caught up, so I'm going to be making these videos every few seasons for everyone to get caught up without needing to sift through hours and hours of content. Liechtenstein Legends follows the story of USV Eschen-Mauren, the second best Liechtenstein-based team, as we climb the leagues to win the Champions League. But there's a unique twist on this one. Liechtenstein doesn't have its own league, so we play in Switzerland. But because we're not a Swiss team, we're not eligible for the Swiss European places. That means that the only way to the Champions League is to win the Liechtenstein Cup, qualifying us for the Europa Conference League. Winning that will qualify us for the Europa League, which in turn will qualify us to the Champions League should we win the Europa League. So basically, we need to win 3 competitions back to back to back just for a shot at the Champions League. We'll also be trying to build the Liechtenstein national team as much as we possibly can, but that's going to be more of a later thing down the line. I'm not actually managing them yet. I need to focus on Eschen-Mauren for now. We started our journey in the 4th tier of Swiss football, the Swiss First League, which I'm aware is an extremely confusing name. Due to the extremely awkward homegrown rules, we had a number of problems stemming from the fact that we couldn't play a bench pretty much at all for the entire season. This proved to be an issue for most of the league, but made things very uncomfortable for me. We started strong results-wise, but a string of defeats and draws in the middle of the season left us in 7th out of 16 teams. Led by superstars like Felipe Dorta, Stjepan Vuleta, and Nurkan Ibrahimi, though, we were able to storm through the second half of the season. The first season of the Liechtenstein Cup saw us drawn against arch-rivals and top-flight opposition FC Vaduz in the semi-finals. We only actually play as of the quarterfinals in that tournament, so there's very few matches every season. Drawing Vaduz in what was effectively our second game was a little bit scary. In an incredible upset, though, Ibrahimi's goal led us to a first Liechtenstein Cup final, knocking out the primary opposition. The final saw us matched against fellow 4th-tier team FC Balzers, a team we'd not been able to beat in the league campaign despite our good form. With all the chips on the table, though, an absolute banger from Leoran Amtsi and an efficient brace from Stjepan Vuleta allowed us to overcome the final obstacle and lift the Liechtenstein Cup for the first time in the series. In the league, the new year saw a dramatic turnaround in form. As it turned out, we didn't lose a single game in the league after mid-November. The Grasshopper under-21 team, though, proved to be too powerful to catch and they won the league. But we qualified for the playoffs with a second-place finish. At halftime in the first playoff match against Vevey, it's hard to imagine a bleaker outlook. 3-0 down at home. But then, this happened. Long ball by Meyer. That's a really good ball. Up to Ibrahimi. Okay, 3-1. We're back in it. Sonderecker. There's a lot of people in a short amount of time, but Dorta makes it happen. I thought he was offside for sure. Through ball to Vuleta is good, and he's onside. He's on, it's 3-3. Can we get a ball forward? The long ball over the top. Ibrahimi beats his man. He's made it 4! The comeback is complete! Can we find a way forward? He's able to get through, beats his man, finds Ibrahimi. It's in for 5! The second leg was a 3-2 triumph, meaning an 8-5 aggregate win took us into the playoff final. And in the immortal words of George Lucas...
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme. Every stanza kind of rhymes with the last one.
We went up 3-0 early on against opposition Baden, only to see them claw their way back to a 3-3 draw in the first leg. Regardless, the second leg was an easy 3-0 win, granting us promotion into the aptly named Swiss Promotion League, the 3rd tier of Swiss football. The second season was a time for rebuilding. Numerous new important players joined in the summer. Dynamic midfield duo Herolin Chikaki and Edon Bekiri, goalkeeper Thomas Hobi, centre-backs Yihed Yalassi and Deniz Liuka, Florian Ayeti, the new superstar right-winger, and Shpetim Suleimani, the new striker up top. The big story was Europe. With unbelievable bracket luck, we managed to pull 2 extremely easy opponents in Banga and Dila, both of them playing in leagues so far down that they didn't actually have teams in the database, meaning that if you've played Football Manager, they just had grayed out players, so they were essentially free wins for us. And with free wins came a lot of free money. We dispatched them easily and managed to face AEK Athens in the 3rd qualifying round. Huge names like Kevin Prince Boateng, Nelson Oliveira, Gökhan Inler stood in our way. But somehow, someway, we prevailed 2-0 in the first leg. Dreams were shattered as it looked like Vuleta had a match winner on his foot in the 93rd minute away in Greece, but it just wasn't to be, and our European journey ended with a more than respectable showing. By winter, we were top of the table, in seemingly unbeatable form. We lost Denis Liuka to FC Thun, and we let Ibrahimi go as Soleimani had well and truly taken over as the primary striker. But just a week later, a 10-week injury to Soleimani left us somewhat wanting in the striker position. Klidim Shabani and Ilker Yiskel both joined up as fantastic striking options. We also strengthened the right-back position, bringing in veteran Swiss player Jérôme Thiesson. At 34, the signing was a little bit of a risk, so I brought in Matthias Selant, a 23-year-old attacking right-back, to play in the role, just in case Thiesson didn't impress. Shabani made an immediate impact, replacing Soleimani as the main striker in front of Vuleta for the rest of the season. Despite Shabani's contributions, though, form fell apart at the end of the season, leading to a disappointing second-place finish. Disappointing on the one hand, but we were predicted to finish 12th, so in many ways, it was a positive step forward. On the cup side of things, we stood against FC Vaduz in the semi-finals for the second time, and for the second time, we saw the upset through. A hard-fought game went to penalties where Thomas Holby, having been an incredible goalkeeper all season, made himself the hero with not one, but 2 penalty saves. In the finals, we saw off Balzers with an easy 4-0 victory. Season 3 looms. Transfers are planned and preparations are set to be made. We go again at the Promotion League, this time as an established team. We aim for a three-peat in the Liechtenstein Cup, but perhaps most excitingly, we have another shot at the European stage. Can we one-up the performance of 2021? Subscribe and hit the bell to find out next time on Liechtenstein Legends.